Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my journey to Platinum. Now in this game I'm playing ADC Xayah with a support Shaco, unfortunately, against ADC Jin with a support LeBlanc. So bot lane is looking a little bit interesting this game. And I have not had the best history with support Shacos on my team or support LeBlancs on the enemy team. So definitely not too happy to see this. But what are you going to do, I suppose? But yeah, looking at the rest of their team as well, they had a Nocturne mid, a Rumble top, and a Jungle Rammus. So, pretty standard in general for those three. Nocturne, you don't see Nocturne mid too much, but he's still viable there. And then we have a Victor, Lee Sin, and Mordekaiser for our top side. Looking at the team comps in general, thinking of which one I would prefer. I think in terms of team fights, I would prefer our one. But they do have a lot more pick, obviously, with their Rammus, their Nocturne, their Jin, and their LeBlanc. Whereas we have the better team fight with our Victor and our, honestly, probably me as Xayah. And potentially Mordekaiser as well, because he can just take someone out of the fight, which you could argue is potentially not team fighting. But, I mean, he removes one of their players from the team fight as well, so you could swing it either way. Okay, so now it looks like everyone is in lane. They are going to hit level 2 first, because I was a little bit later because of the leash. Or the way we leashed, should I say. Okay, my Q didn't actually manage to hit either of them there. Now, I don't know whether the LeBlanc has started Q, W, or E. So I'm just trying to be a little bit careful here. If she started W, then she'll... Okay, she started Q. Okay, let's get some damage off on her there, because she could tank a bit of minion aggro as well for that Q, so... So that's good news for us. Okay, he's going to get damaged by the Shaco boxes. Or one of them anyway. Okay, unfortunately the tower's going to take that minion. But that's okay. So it's actually, thinking about it now, having Shaco support might not be too bad against LeBlanc, because it'll stop her from sort of just blindly Wing in because of the boxes. She won't be able to just sort of jump in on us without thinking. But hey, okay, so they've got 3 people mid already. So yeah, it's definitely a bit of a party in the mid lane. Oh, unfortunately I didn't get that cannon minion. I did just enough damage to it, or it was it left it low enough for the minions to kill it. Oh, okay. So yeah, that kind of thing happens with LeBlanc. She doesn't get CC'd for too long, but she gets CC'd long enough where she can't really follow up on her W, as long as there's a box in the area. So, looking at it now, it's actually a pretty decent counter, I would say. Not that we knew that it was LeBlanc support before we picked Shaco, but that's okay. Okay, so we did manage to get a kill up on the Rumble in the top lane. If LeBlanc wants to come in for that, she's going to take a lot of damage for it. Yeah, this is actually really screwing over the LeBlanc, which I'm more than happy about. Okay, mid lane we got the... Okay, just walk over here a little bit. And just get the extra gold from killing her clone there. So we did get her passive out of her. But again, she just has to be really careful in deciding whether to jump in or not. So... Oh, I missed out on that cannon minion too, unfortunately. Not having a good day for cannon minions. But that's okay. So the LeBlanc might be in this bush over there. But she also may not be. So... They're missing from here, so just ping that out. And push the wave in a bit. Make sure it gets into the tower. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. I'm gonna mute this Victor's pings because I know his intentions are good, but it's just really irritating. And I know why I'm doing it, so what we'll do is we'll just back here because we can't really do too much. missing from bot again. Probably just backed, I would say, because they probably can't really help out with anything in the mid lane. Now Xayah likes to go into Gale Force, so what I will do is I'll just get the pickaxe and then get back to lane. Unfortunately, our Mordekaiser did go down on the top lane. With Rumble getting a couple of kills, that's something I'm going to have to be aware of, because Rumble does a lot of damage when he gets ahead, especially to a squishy AD carry. So, yeah. But it looks like Lee Sin's going in for potentially the cleanup, and Lee Sin is like 4-0, so yeah. And Mordekaiser will also get that kill actually, which is good. I'm glad that Lee Sin didn't get it and have all of the gold on him. So also something that I didn't mention is I took Exhaust this game because of the LeBlanc and the Nocturne. That's the main reason I took the Exhaust. I figured that heal probably wouldn't help me out too much in that sense, and that it would be better to just sort of reduce the amount of damage that they were doing to me in general. Now, I will get that cannon because of my E. I don't want to miss out on that one. Okay. So again, LeBlanc couldn't stick around too much, just for the fear of the boxes. They did get a decent amount of damage off on the Shaco. But now, does the Rooms have flash? It doesn't matter because he's just going into the boxes. Okay. I'm actually liking the Shaco support in this matchup specifically. Or into their team comp specifically, should I say. I will flash out of here. Okay, I thought Mordekaiser was going to TP down, but he doesn't actually have TP. Because he pinged on his way, so... I was under the impression that he would be TPing in. But that's all good. Yeah, the CSing isn't amazing this game or anything. And unfortunately, as I said, I did have to use my flash there. Well, that's okay. Okay, Lee Sin is coming down. Oh, nice Lee Sin. Okay. So it looks like this Lee Sin is smurfing on kids. Okay, I couldn't get my exhaust off in time. And the Rammus is also there, so hopefully they can just get the Nocturne. Can they get the Nocturne? They not get the Nocturne? Ah, or I guess they're just gonna get out. Probably better if I get them to get out, honestly. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to get that. Oh, they ended up getting the Rammus somehow. Right, well this Lee Sin is just smurfing on kids, so I'll take it. Yeah, but unfortunate there with the amount of damage that I took from the LeBlanc and then not being able to really exhaust the Nocturne in time. But that's just what his ult does, sort of makes it really hard for me to target him until he's like right on top of me. And I was low enough health that he just killed me anyway. So, a bit unfortunate there, but oh, okay, Lee Sin really wants this. Okay, we will just push in this wave, get our ult, and get this control ward as well. Okay, so I'm grateful for the Lee Sin helping us down here as well, actually. And he's just gonna absolutely... Okay, I feel like this Lee Sin actually might just be smurfing. Which, hey, I'm glad that we have the smurf on our team. So generally Riot tries to balance these things as well, so if we have a smurf or we're in like a smurf queue or whatever, then generally the enemy team would have one too. But yeah, I guess they either didn't do a very good job of it this game, or our smurf is just better than theirs. Don't know which one it would be, but either way. Come on, minions, walk down here. Okay. I was just waiting for the minions to walk down so that I can hit them all with my E rather than just a couple of them. Okay, look at the top lane now. Looks like it's okay. Mordekaiser doesn't have his ult, so he can't just single out one of them at the moment. The Lee Sin is also up there, so he'll be there to defend him if something goes bad. Which it looks like it has gone badly. Oh, but it looks like he might make it out anyway. No, he's going to die for it, but the Lee Sin should be able to clean that up. Oh, the Mordekaiser actually got the kill on the Rumble there. That's good. And yeah, Lee Sin is going to get the the Rammus. Cool. So that means that this game is sort of, as long as we don't screw anything up too hard, then we should be able to just sort of cruise through this game a bit. See if we can get another plate here. Not quite. You potentially could have, but it's okay. Didn't want to stick around the area too long. And we will just get it now. Thank you. And let's see, looking at our gold and item, we are about 400 gold off, and there's no real need for us to immediately back right now. So I think I might just stick around until I can afford it, honestly. But yeah, with the Xayah support, which as I said, I don't generally like, it's making it very hard for the LeBlanc to do. Oh, too much. Never mind, she did a lot of damage there. Yeah, and for some reason the Xayah just decided to walk away from me. And now I do have to just be careful. Unlucky. So yeah, I do still want to stick around for the last 300 or so gold, because it's such a small amount that by the time I get my item, come back, clear a wave or two, I would have to back again. Now they are in the area, so something again I do need to be aware of. This, in fact, is probably pretty greedy, me even being here now. But, whatever. Okay, so I can back now, because by the time I back, I will have enough gold, will be close enough, at least, where I can just wait in the base. Oh, never mind. Looks like Shipwreck's trying something here. Oh, okay, she's gonna just get out of there. That was very, what's the word? Optimistic of me there, because yeah, LeBlanc can just ult W out of it, but hey, we're just gonna do it for the vine, as a lot of the old people would have said. But hey, alright, so heading back to lane now. LeBlanc is gonna take a decent amount of damage from that Xayah box, and the Jhin is going to just push into our tower a bit. I don't have flash, but I do have exhaust and ult, and my mythic as well. Jhin doesn't have his mythic item yet, so that is one huge lead we have on him at the moment, and we will just make sure that we get all of these minions. Yeah. Now I don't know where the LeBlanc is. She could just be waiting in one of the bushes to pop me. So just being a little bit cautious, but also wanting to keep this wave pushed in. Just ping persistence to let the Xayah know that I am going to be continuing to push up here. And to just stick around in case the LeBlanc or the Jhin try anything funny. Oh, and unfortunately my feather there just like barely tagged the Jhin. So I took a couple of tower shots for that. I do want to get this fruit if it's up, which it is. And I don't think the Rammus is going to be able to stop me too much. Ooh, okay. So they did put a bit of a spanner in my works there, but it ended up being okay. So what I will do here is just this farm, because I probably can't follow up too much on what they're doing up there. So it's better for me to just focus on getting the farm. Now I don't have ult or any of my summoners, but we can just straight up dive them, honestly. Oh, unless they leave me by myself. Okay, they just walked up there and left me. I would have preferred if they didn't do that, to be honest. But, oh well, I guess. They did what they thought was the correct play, I suppose. Who knows, maybe they didn't notice. But, either way, I definitely think they should have just stayed with me there. Unfortunately, I didn't get into the Xayah box there. If they'd gone into the Xayah box just a little bit further, then they probably would have got the Rammus there. But unfortunately, Lee Sin was standing right in front of it, so didn't get anything out of it. Okay, we will head back down to the bot lane now. Another Rumble is really fed, so I'm not going to be able to do anything against him because I'm also 0 and 2. And also 80 carry early game isn't going to be able to do too much here. We will clear out this vision though and just keep farming away. Maybe try and get this tower. Okay, we'll get most of those minions. Now LeBlanc and Nocturne are both mid, Jin is up top. I couldn't see Rumble, but he's not going to be able to stop me from getting this tower at least. So that's more golden flux for me. Now I don't have ult, exhaust, or flash, so I want to stay away from this Rumble a little bit. But I do want this farm, so we'll take the farm. And also ping the dragon out because that's coming up in just under 30 seconds. Now they do have vision around the area. That is also something to be aware of. And it looks like, oh I know, Mordekaiser's okay. So it looks like Rumble did potentially grab the blue buff. I didn't see whether he had it on him, but the blue buff is gone. Oh, it looks like Nocturne is ulting for potentially the Mordekaiser. Oh, okay, there's a pink ward here. Let's just get rid of this. And yep, there's Rumble. Okay, I'm just going to walk over here. And we are just going to have to ult here. See what I mean by that damage? It's just can't do anything against it. Yeah, all he did was ult me and then hit me with maybe one of his harpoons. And then I'm already down to that amount of health and I had to ult. So yeah. Plus he's got the Morale and Omicron now as well, so it's like even if I had healing, which I don't really. I have a little bit of healing in my runes, but even if I had a decent amount of healing, it's like even that wouldn't particularly help me against him at the moment. So all I've got to do is sort of stay away from him and just try and scale up. Let the rest of my team carry me through the early to mid game, and then hope that I can be of some assistance in the late game. I don't know where the Rumble is. He might be sitting in a bush. Doesn't look like he is sitting in that one, so I think I'm okay to walk up here and try and farm. Yep, they are also taking a lot of damage there. So the Lee Sin has got a decent amount of sustain as well. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, that was very unlucky. Okay, so I went to flash auto so that we could get the kill because I didn't think it was gonna actually end up getting the Rammus. And then I ended up flashing in on top of a Rumble ult which came down as well. So not having a very good game. But that's okay. So we will start heading into our Essence Reaver now after picking up our boots. We will get the crit cloak and 2 longswords. Because Xayah's E also scales off of crit percent, or at least it used to. I'm not sure if it still does. Yeah, so it does still scale off of crit percent as well. So it's always good to get some extra crit on Xayah, even if you're not critting her, E will still get increased damage from the crit chance. So, yeah, we'll pick that up, and then also just get the straight AD from the longswords as well. Okay, so I probably need to start being a little bit more careful. Yeah, because I've died 3 times now. 2 times have been kind of useless deaths. The first time I think was a little bit unavoidable. But the second and third time I definitely could have avoided it if I hadn't been on 2 ahead of myself. But yeah, so we'll just try and make a concise effort to not push ourselves too hard. Yeah. Because we are behind, even though our team is ahead because of the Lee Sin having 19 kills, we do have to recognise that we ourselves aren't actually ahead. And that is something I tend to forget if our team is very far ahead at times. Again, like, people are just sort of leaving me though, which is really not what I want. And now I'm just going to die again because of it. Yeah. I feel like people keep walking. Like the first time I died, and then this time I died now. It's like I've been grouped with my team, and then they just decide to sort of walk away from me. Which allows for champions like the Rumble or the Nocturne or whatever to just try and jump on me, which really doesn't help me. Well, that's okay. I guess I just have to accept that this isn't going to be a very good game for me, and I need to just try and set my team up. But in fairness, that's what I'm trying to do. But it's just a bit of a tricky situation now with, one, the amount of engage they have with the Rumble ult, the Nocturne ult, and the Rammus who can just charge at me. And yeah, and also the fact that in a couple of situations here my team just hasn't sort of stuck around me. But hey, there's obviously also positioning things that I could have always done better, but yeah, I would like a little bit more help. But that's okay, they're distracting them up top lane, so I can just push this with the Victor. Potentially my time would be better spent bot lane getting that farm, would have been better spent bot lane getting that farm. Okay, now this is just my bad here. Yeah, this is just my fault because I'm tilted now, so yeah, I really need to calm down. I really just need to calm down now because I'm just tilting myself. But hey. Whew. Alright. So, looking at the state of the game, we are ahead, but it looks like we're starting to throw a bit, mostly from me, and also with the fact that Lee Sin is a champion that falls off a little bit into the late game. So he is starting to fall off, and I'm starting to get tilted. So I think I just need to take a bit of a backseat for a sec, try and get some more gold into me. There's not really any good places for me to farm at the moment, and it's probably not that good of an idea that I try and take a red buff. I think Lee Sin really needs it, but it looks like he wants me to take it. So I mean, I guess I appreciate that he still trusts me to get it. But honestly, in this situation, if I was the Lee Sin, I probably wouldn't have given it to me. So the Blanc is around here, so I just want to try and get a farm where I can. It looks like Victor's also coming up to take the farm. Again, along the same lines as what I was just saying about the red buff though, like, I don't really blame him for trying to take the farm. Because honestly, he's probably going to do a better job of it than I am. Now, I've got my finger on the alt key here in case, but I also can't see who's around, so... Okay. Oh, okay. Unfortunate there. Okay, we'll just get a singular auto off on him. Now again, Rumble might just try and ult me here. He's not going to, which is good. They are just going to be going for this dragon though. Unfortunately my Q's not in range to hit that, I don't think. So yeah, it's definitely not in range to hit that. From here maybe. Yeah, no, I couldn't steal it unfortunately. My Q was in range to hit it and I did hit the dragon. But, yeah. Unfortunately I was not able to steal it. Alright, and now my gold income has also just taken a huge nosedive because of how far behind I am and how much we are just sort of auto-pushing. But like, I also have to kind of auto-push right now because if I want gold against this Victor, then that's what I kind of have to do. I have to try and get it when he's not around. Or if he is around, then I need to kill the waves before him, which is also not the easiest thing to do. Okay, but I did manage to get those raptors there. But I'm also sharing experience with this Victor here, so honestly he should be going up into a solo lane, and I should be mid lane with my support and potentially the Lee Sin, so that we are making the most efficient use of the positioning and the gold and the XP available. But that's just not how it's working out at the moment. Now I can get the Essence Reaver, so I will back for that, let my team know. And then after the Essence Reaver, I will probably go into... I'll just get a longsword for now, but I'm thinking that I might go into the Navori Quick Blades, or because I've only bought a longsword and that's not a huge gold investment, I might even pivot into a separate crit item, like the Rapid Fire Cannon, or maybe even the Infinity Edge. On Xayah would probably be actually pretty good. So, yeah, I think I might pivot into the Infinity Edge actually, to be honest. because I'm probably not going to be in a fight long enough where I'm going to get multiple E's off with the Navori Quick Blades or anything like that. So, probably not the most efficient item for me to be getting, to be honest. So we will just sort of stick with our team right now though, because, yeah, as I said, so far behind at this point that I can't really do anything by myself. And even when I'm with my team, it's a little bit of a risk, so... But it's a smaller risk. So, we'll just do this and try and pick up some stray kills or some stray gold where I can. And Remus is heading up with the Rumble to try and stop us here. They're not going to be able to stop us, but if we get into a fight here, then it could be not so good. Okay, wasn't able to. Okay, we are going to be able to do that. I'm just going to exhaust him here. And do that. Hopefully I can live if the Jhin doesn't have flash. Okay, he doesn't. Good. Okay, so we didn't actually end up getting the kill, annoyingly enough. Even though I flash Gale Force for it. But that's okay. We did manage to still get the kill, just not on me. Okay, looks like the Mordekaiser is coming in for the flank. Now the Blanc will just actually be able to completely one-shot me here. So I'll just stand over here. And I'm just going to walk over here actually. So the Mordekaiser did manage to pick something up there. Looks like he's going to potentially die for it. Yep, he is. Oh, that's okay. We will get those minions, and now I will head towards the chicken camp as well. See some more gold. And now I will back. So I will head into the Infinity Edge actually, so I'll get the pickaxe. Then head back out. Potentially I could have stayed and got the red buff, then backed and got a BF sword. Potentially would have been a better decision. But hindsight is 2020. So what I'll do here is I'll get the red buff, get the Krugs, and then potentially try and get this farm from bot if Rumble doesn't stick around too much, because I'm not going to be able to farm safely with him in the area. So I have to kind of rely on him not sticking around. And it doesn't look like he did. So that's good. That will give me some free farm down here. But they are fighting up in the area of the jungle. No, I don't have ult for a little bit. It's okay. Cool. Did manage to get that kill on to him. Okay, we did get the kill on the Nocturne as well there. And I'm not going to bother chasing that long. But we should be able to get this dragon here. So I'll leave them to get that while I go get some farm in the mid lane, because their entire team is dead, so there's no one to contest. So they do not need my help for the dragon. It looks like Lee Sin's gonna take the farm anyway, or at least the cannon. Now their chickens are coming up in a sec, so I will probably walk back and try and get those after we clear out this wave. Just let him know why I'm not sort of sticking around there. Because he will be able to get that tower without me anyway. And, like, if I was there, we potentially could have gotten the kill. But, honestly, we don't need the kill. It's better to get the guaranteed gold from me off of the minions. And, honestly, I think that they just sort of stuck around too long there anyway. So I will sell my longsword for the BF sword. Can't quite afford the Infinity Edge even if I sell my Doran's Blade. So what I'll do here is I'll just immediately go back to the Wraith camp, or chicken camp, or whatever you want to call it, Raptor camp. It's gone through so many different iterations and different names that different people have different ways of calling it, but I like to call it the chicken camp. So we'll pick up those, I will kill these wolves, and then probably head up to Gromp and Scuttlecrab, because there's no safe waves for me to farm right now. And I can't really walk up and try and help police and take the top inhib, or like try and take the mid inhib or anything like that either. So I will just take the safe gold that I have lying on the map. Okay. And clear up a bit of vision there as well. Now I'll start heading up towards the mid lane and see what we can... Actually, no, I will back here because I can get the infinite edge. So if they can just sort of stave off a bit. Okay, so the Jin flash there. Go get my infinite edge, and now hit on that. Okay, now the next thing I probably want to get is potentially a QSS for the Rammus, but I think there are enough people blocking that I don't really need it right now. So instead what I might get is not the Mortal Reminder, the Lord Dominic's, because they do have a decent amount of armor, and I should not be pushed up this far by myself. The Rumble is bot lane, but I don't know where the Rammus is. Nocturne is dead, so I don't have to worry too much about him. But yeah, I've got to be cautious of basically all of them at the moment. We'll start running down here, full ward over here. Okay, Leeson's around the area, so I don't have to be too scared, I don't think. Oh, and the block's just going to go back to that, yes. Cool, we'll flash for that and get that. Don't know if it's necessarily worth my flash, but I didn't lose anything for doing it either, so... Oh, unfortunately this one's going to take that farm, that's okay. I'm back in the game enough now where it's like I don't need to stress about getting all that farm. Cool. And I'm absolutely demolishing these waves now. I'm definitely noticing the damage increase after getting the... Oh, I'm just going to go out of here because he can just... If he one hits me with a W or two, just Gale Forces on top of me, then I think I'm just dead. So I'm just going to go for the chickens. Victor's just going to take chickens probably. No, he's going to give me the big one. I'm not sure if he intentionally tried to give them to me, but... Honestly, I think Victor's just trying to take everything right now. Which is, yeah, whatever. Not that big a deal. Okay, now those minions did see me, so I'm probably dead here. I've got my ult ready in case. Okay, so he didn't actually go after me, which is a little bit surprising. I guess he wanted to more focus on the bot wave over there. So what I will do is continue to push in this top wave. Dragon's up in a minute, so I'll probably push one wave and then back. Looks like they're also busy getting Baron. So just leave them to their devices to do that. I will back now. Going for the dragon that's coming up soon. The last whisper. And I will also sell my Doran's Blade for the cloak agility. And start heading over to the dragon pit. I'll do so via the bot lane though, so that I can potentially pick up the farm on the way there. And yeah, just make sure I'm constantly keeping the my income flow. Okay, the dragon's up in 15, so I have time to get these as well. Cool. And now I will head over to the dragon, because it's up in 3 seconds. And I will use this blast cone. Oh, looks like they're going to fight instead though. They are going to get our jungler, which is not good, but we also got theirs. And overall they are fighting on top of a rumble ult, which I would not recommend. Okay. Oh. Okay. So, this is a little bit risky, but I'm just going to jump over here anyway. Okay. So the only reason I really jumped over there was because they didn't have the Rammus or the Nocturne up, and a couple of them were pretty low. So I have my Gale Force back in just over 30 seconds. Right, so I'm kind of try and dip and duck out of these Jin shots, which I did manage to do, thankfully. Okay, we'll just exhaust her and get the kill there. Okay, I'm not going to be able to live that. I wanted to just hit the Nexus, but I think the Rumble would have just jumped on top of me, and I don't think I would have been able to get it, to be honest. Which is why I was sort of trying to fight him a little bit more than I would have ideally wanted to. But hopefully the Mordekaiser and the Shaker will be able to do something here where they can get it, but I don't think so. Potentially though, because we do still have the Baron buff on our Shaco for a little bit. So if they can just push the minions in, then yeah, and we also have a minion wave coming in there, then perhaps they can do something. They did manage to clear Mordekaiser unfortunately, but Shaco, well, can he end it? Can Lee Sin end it? Lee Sin definitely could end it here, but it looks like he's probably going to kill himself. Yes, but the minions are going to... Oh! Alright. So this game is going to continue on a wee bit longer then. Now I will stick around for another crit cloak, because that will just give me max crit. Well, not max, but almost maximum crit. Actually no, I will build into a... Oh yeah, no, it does build into it anyway, so yeah, I will get a crit cloak and then go into the crit item. Now Dragon isn't up for another 3 minutes, so we can't use Soul as a win condition at the moment. So I will just go back to farming the jungle for now, because we can't push up too far. We do have all 3 of the inhibs. Victor honestly needs to get out of there, because yeah, he's, I think, overstaying his welcome a little bit. Rammus is up near the top side of their jungle, near their raptor camp. So that's something to be aware of as well. They're spending all their time defending their base at the moment, because yeah, they have an open nexus with very, very low HP. Now Mordekaiser doesn't have TP, unfortunately, to like try and backdoor or anything. Nocturne is in the bot lane, so I can push this out without having to worry too much. Let's see. I don't think these will be up. Oh, they are not. So, oh, the red buff is also up in a second though. Up in 10 seconds to be precise. Oh, there's LeBlanc. So they do know I'm around here. Hopefully they can be distracted long enough. Good. So they were distracted long enough for me to be able to get that red buff. I am going to get that cannon minion, and I am going to go for these wolves as well, just while the team is sort of walking up the mid lane. Okay. Now we will head up here. Good. I need to get off of that. Ow! What the heck? Come on, man! I got touched by the Rumble ult, and then 4th shotted by Jin's ult, and that was just lights out for me. Honestly, that was a bit ridiculous. But I mean, hey, Mordekaiser is just going to kill everybody by the looks of it. He's going to kill 3 of them. So it's not going to matter too much, but holy crud, that was a lot of damage that I can't say I was expecting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like it was just the Jhin and the Rumble. The Rumble ult touched me, and then the Jhin 4th shot crit me for over 1300 damage. Alright, good to know, good to know. Okay, Infernal Soul's up in just over 40 seconds, so we can try and get that. Their team will be able to try and set up for it as well, though, with the Rammus and the Nocturne. And I can't really walk out there by myself and try and set it up. But I also can't just sit back and let them set it up for free either. So I will just ward this one. Ideally I would have wanted to ward closer to the Dragon Pit. But yeah, I can't risk walking through that bush either. So we'll also just grab the Scuttle Crab here. Oh, unfortunately we won't grab the Scuttle Crab here. Oh, and we will get out of the way of that. Okay. And we will get the soul there. So, oh, okay, the ball's just going to jump on me, so... But I did manage to get a couple kills out of that, which is good. So, looking at it now, thinking whether I do 100% want the rapid fire cannon as my choice. Phantom Dancer could be good as well. Definitely. But I also have 0 lifesteal. So I could also sell this and then go into the Bloodthirster, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll go for a Phantom Dancer. Yeah. But I think that they're going to end the game anyway. Because, yeah, the rest of the team aren't coming up for a while now. And honestly, like, We just need to end this game and get out of here. So Lee Sin will also get the last kill there. Lee Sin ends the game with like almost 30 kills, I think. So overall, not a great game from me. Definitely the early game got very tilted. My first death was from my team walking away from me. My second 2 deaths were my bad. I had a little bit of positioning fault in there, and a bad flash and everything. I will give the honour to the Xayah though, because he did help. But yeah, my 4th death, again, I think that was more so from my team walking away from me in that specific situation. But I probably also could have positioned better as well. And yeah, and then my 5th death, I don't really remember what that one was specifically. Oh, that's right, that was just from me being super tilted at the time. So, that's okay. I definitely could have done better, but just trying to remember that for the next time to not get as tilted, unfortunately. But I did manage to pick it back up at the end and get some kills in there and get my gold and come back up. But yeah, my damage was just nowhere near as high as it should have been. Lee Sin carried the heck out of us there. So, thank you, Lee Sin. As I said, nearly 30 kills, so hey. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will tune in next time. See us.